Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to draw Naruto versus Sasuke. This one was actually a viewer request. So it was requested by, if I'm going to say it right, Priyanshu Kalita, I think. If I'm saying it wrong, sorry man, or girl, I'm not sure. So we'll get right into it. So this is basically two characters this time. So we have Sasuke on this side, Naruto on this side, and they're sort of locking arms, two fists right in the middle. So you have Sasuke's head here, so it comes all the way down to, I'd say about here probably, and then Naruto's the same on this side. So I'm going to start with Sasuke, and I'm going to start just sort of with his eye, so it's kind of, it's over on the left hand side, this section. So if you broke your page into thirds, so we'd have Sasuke's head here, the fist would be in the middle here, and then Naruto's head on that side. So we'll start with Sasuke's eye right there, okay? So his head is sort of facing down, so that means his eye is slanted down. So what we got to do for that is draw the bottom of it first. So just a line goes down like that, there. And then we have the eyelashes that are on top here that curve down this way. The top of the eye. And then just a little line on the bottom for like an eyelid there. Now because they're facing each other and not looking forward, the eyes are actually very thin inside. So we just draw a very thin circle just in there. So it's probably just even like just a line, but it's like a thin ellipse. So you just draw a line down there. So that's actually his eye. So we're far away, so we can't see any details in that eye. So you can leave it just like that. Then we have the eyebrow that comes down this way, just sort of slanting down. He's angry, they're fighting. And then Sasuke's, one of his defining characteristics is his hair, and especially the bit that comes down behind his ear. So we can add just above that eye there, we can add a spike just here, see that? And then we have a longer line coming down just there. And then we have his fringe. So one of them actually comes down over his eyebrow and goes back up this way. And then we'll go back down here towards his nose. And we'll go back up here. And then we have a spike that just comes out to here. And this will go back up all around the back of his head. So we'll do his face before we do that. So his nose comes down. So imagine his nose comes down from where his eyebrow's facing. So we go down just like that, and then curve around back this way. So it's just underneath that eye, see? And then his top lip comes out. So this is basically drawing a face in profile, is the fancy word for it. You can just see the side of his face. And we can just have a little dot for a nostril just there. And his lip will go back that way. And then down. Bottom lip comes out. Curves around to his chin. And then this will come back around towards that hair, this hair that we drew earlier, and you have a little jawline that sticks out here. Now if you want, you can join them together, or you can leave a gap. If you want, you can just draw a line. Shows his jaw, and then the neck comes down, starts to come down this way. So we'll do that. So we have a line there. Just maybe bring it down a bit further actually. Now, so we'll finish his hair. So we'll go back up to this long spike, and we'll bring this up that way. Another one here. You know, it's that long piece of hair that sticks down on the side of his face there. we've the ear behind that, so it just curves around. Just like that. And then we've some lines for ear ligaments and bones and things. You can keep it as simple as you want, just even that. It's simple enough. And then we're going to finish his hair that curves all the way around and comes back to the other side. So we'll do a line just behind his ear. Comes up. Spikes back this way. Comes up, so we can't see the end of that one because he's got a collar on his clothes as well. So we'll just leave that not touching one another. So this one will come up as well. And then we have spike. You could touch them if you wanted, but there's a collar in the picture I'm drawing from, so I'll just leave that gap there. And then we have another one going this way, and then it comes back down. So it goes around in a sort of Sonic the Hedgehog sort of fashion. I don't mean to be insulting Sasuke's hair. That way. So it goes around in a radial pattern just around his head. Comes down then there. And then this one comes up. Down. Last one. And then this will come all the way down. And it touches his fist that we said was in the middle, so we won't. So we'll leave it about there, just at the top of his eye. His fist is here, covering some of that hair. So we'll leave that. We'll do his clothes now and the rest of his neck. So that collar that I said over here, so we'll just draw a line down all the way. Another one, like so that's his collar. So another one then comes back up here. It's like a V. And then we can finish this one over here. It goes around the back of his head. Couple of lines for collarbones just in here. One, a little one there. Another line for fold of clothes. He's got a zipper just here, just a little circle, and then 2 lines down. Very skinny circle. It's not a circle at all. It's ellipse. Here's the collar comes out from his nose on the other side here. And of course, if I'm going too fast, slow the video down or pause. So collar, neck, zipper. And then we will do his arm that comes across to the fist. So to describe the arm, we have his short sleeve. So it's folds of clothes. So just line down, diagonal, following the direction of his body. So his body's going off this way. And then we come back there for another fold, another line back that way, and then we have some of that top of his sleeve. So it curves around his arm. It comes all the way down, just like that, and then it'll go back to his armpit, just there. And then we have the front of his chest, just there, which clothes are covering. And then we've like got some scratch marks. But maybe I'll wait till the end to add stuff like that. And there's just some more shadow lines just for clothes just there. Right, so we'll do his fist. So back up to this hair, right? So I know fists and hands can be fairly complicated, but we'll just take it one line at a time. So his fist is closed like that. So we'll start with his, sort of an easy way to start would be the bottom of the fist. There's kind of a W shape that's usually at the bottom. So we can go curve it up, one, curve it back. See, it's kind of a W sort of shape, and one's normally bigger than the other. This one's normally smaller, so bigger, smaller. And then this will curve back up all around to the knuckles on the top, right? So we'll go one, and you don't have to be too precious about it. Maybe one that's pointy just there, and then this one will come back that way to the index finger. I could have maybe made that a bit too pointy, but So now we'll start to go back down towards the index, so it's closed. So he's got like his thumb is over like his index finger. It comes back down. And then we have his closed thumb, so it's like a letter D. So you just go just like that. See, it's a letter D. And the thumbnail. And then we can do the knuckles that are bent across here. So we can go 1, 2, 3 for the little finger, and the index, the one for the index is under the thumb. So you just bring this one then back up here, and then some folds for skin. One line going back, and then up, a knuckle here, so you turn that way, up, a knuckle here, and he turns back that way. And a little line just across there for the top of his index. And then we'll do some little lines for skin on his fingers there. Bring this up a bit more maybe. And then we have a line there and that for the hand. Now, so we have their arms then. So he has sleeves on his forearms, just covering. So we'll do a line just there for the top of that. And then this will go down there. This touches Naruto's arm, so they're cross-armed. And then this one comes back down, just like that. And it touches Naruto's elbow, just there. So I'll do Naruto's fist, right? So this, Sasuke's arm is just, we gotta finish that, but in order to do that, we have to know where Naruto's arm is first. So Naruto's fist, we can see the back of his fist. So what we have to do then, we'll do just a curved line for the top of his sleeve. So it curves down there. So see, it lines up with the top of Sasuke's arm there. And then we're going to do the start of his fist there, comes up to a knuckle, curves over, another knuckle, curves that way, like steps. See? Another one, and then this one goes down. It's like that one. The one that points up a good bit, and this one comes up. So it's like steps. So you're always like stepping up, and then it goes around and down. This will go now in towards the thumb, and once we're here, we'll do the thumb. Goes down, and then this comes back towards that sleeve. There's a little line for a knuckle just there. Now, so the rest of Naruto's arm, so we'll bring, it's just closed lines, just like we did on Sasuke's clothes here. So they're just folds. See that? And then we have a line there, and this comes down to his elbow and curves back around that way. You can see the elbow there. Now we can finish Sasuke's arm. So it just, we have a line for the top there, another one there, and then the sleeve back up here. Oop, went too far. Cover that. Cover mistakes. Okay, so we'll do the rest of Naruto's arm over here. So this line goes all the way, keeps going. We got some bumps maybe for folds, don't worry. So it goes around his elbow that way, and his shoulder then is here. So we go up here, curves all around that way. Just there, and then it'll curve just there. So we have like a bump for clothes, and like his shoulder is in under there, but because of the clothes you can't see it, so you just have to add sort of these curvy bumpy lines for folds for clothes. And then his body finishes down here. There's a few more room on your page. You could add more body or less body or more arm. Like the back could go down here. So now, Naruto's face. So they're locking eyes, right? So we want the eyes to be about the same level, right? So if you use your pencil or ruler or anything, draw a line across, or just imagine it. If you're able to eyeball it, that's great. So we'll do Naruto's eye basically is a 7. Boom. It's like a number 7, see? It's the shape for the outer eye. And then we have his, like with Sasuke, it's a skinny circle and ellipse, just like that. Maybe just a bigger bit for a pupil there. And then his eyebrow, so he's frowning, just comes down like that. Maybe a bit thicker at the top, skinnier at the bottom. And this touches his nose because his face is in profile too. So we do down and then curves around there. And then it bends around that nose and comes down to his lip. Then this will come back in. Naruto's mouth is slightly open so we can see teeth inside here. So we have to draw a line for the top lip. So it curves around just there. And this is going to curve back to where we were. And in there then there's just some tiny little suggestions of teeth. Just a little line like that. Simple is better with these things. And then this curves back around to his shoulder. So now we will go and do his headband. So just above, just back up here above his eyebrow. So you can just do a line that curves all the way. So it'll go that way. And we have his ear just here. So let's see. So we'll bring his headband further actually. And we might as well finish that first because it will give us a better idea or judge about where to put his ear. So it should be about here. So we have the headband curves up, comes back this way to some hair spike, like that. Top of his hair just there. Let's see, and we have his top of his headband, the metal plate just there. It's like a diamond sort of shape because his head is tilted down. And then we have those dots that hold on the headband, and we can only see a bit of the leaf symbol, so a little circle with a tail. I'm going to do a hair spike, and now we can do, we'll give the ear a go. So his eyebrows there. So we'll add his just lines, you know those lines that he has on his face. 1, 2, 3. Maybe just a line underneath his eye, just there. Right, so that means his ear will be here, and he has some hair in front of it. So we'll curve a line for the hair just right near that line for his face. So his sideburns just curve back up there towards the headband. And then his ear is behind that. So it's like you start with a curved line, comes down to the earlobe, and then go back up that way. And then in there you have, of course, those lines for ligaments and things like that. So just like that. Just want to curve around there, and then a bit inside. You can do that whatever way you like to draw ears. If you know different ways, of course you can. Not a lot of people look at ears. It's more about the eyes and the mouth and stuff like that. So don't worry about it when you're drawing. Just got to get the idea of it. So his jaw comes down from there, curves back around, and then we have his collar. So go that way. These bumps, you know, for the top of his collar. So it's like a top, curve, and it comes back down to the back of his head. Comes back off my page there. And then he has some hair in there. So we go down, go up, and the back of his head, hair, spikes. Coming back up towards the headband, he has those parts that he ties at the back. So they're just 4 lines. One going this way, one going this way. One going this way, one going this way. Yeah, sorry. So they go off the page. And then we'll do like Sasuke's spikes that go around his head. We'll finish those off. So we have one that goes here, down, up, down, up. Sorry I'm going so fast, but I don't want the video to be too long, so I would suggest pausing and maybe using a pencil, or if you need to erase certain things. So then we'll go across, down, and then this goes that way. So let's see. What am I missing? So, oh yeah, there's a line for the bottom of his headband just here. Forgot to do that. And he has that thing on his arm. You know, I don't actually know what it is, if anyone knows. It's like a armband. So it's got these brown buckles. So you just start with a diagonal line, and then it curves around, goes back. It's like a ninja scroll on his arm, and then it has a small circle. I don't even know what it is. So there, and then this comes back that way. And then we have that small circle there. And in there, it looks like the spiral that's like on his back, sort of, I think. Kind of like that. There was a fold here that I missed. So then, yeah, so they've got sort of very scratch marks all over their face, the two boys. So we can add just thin sort of lines to show just sort of battle lines. Maybe just going in different sort of directions. Let's see. I'm going to add just a dot for Naruto's nostril just there. Did I do that over there? I did. So some on his hand. Just dots and lines going in various directions. And some on Sasuke's arm here. Maybe a line just for the inside of Sasuke's nose, just there. And some here. Lots on his clothes. His neck. Maybe it's just some shadow inside his ear there. Some shadowing here. So these are hatching lines, shading lines. You'd see it normally in manga, not really in the anime. I'm drawing this from a freeze frame in the anime. So I'm just sort of adding these shading lines where I think they usually go. But I'm not quite sure. Maybe there and over here on his nose. Maybe some. That's going to be black anyway. I'll time lapse all the darkening of sections. Okay, I'll stop there. This video is going to be way too long. I hope that was good enough. Thanks for watching. If you like, subscribe for more.